I have a lot of respect for Elon and what he's accomplished.
Go f yourself.
And by him taking the position that he took in quite a public manner, we just felt that the association with that position and Elon Musk and X was not necessarily a positive one for us.
Go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Courting. I hope everyone had an absolutely wonderful day. It looks like more bad news for Disney, starting with Elon Musk waking up on the wrong side of the bed and leveling some very serious claims against Disney CEO Bob Iger, claims that seem to bear out some level of truth, as well as additional information on some Disney corruption, including bribes and kickbacks and things of that nature that we talked a little bit about yesterday. But this is looking pretty spicy on the backs of a lawsuit that both Facebook and Instagram are now facing for having content that has, quote, enabled young ones to be taken advantage of and things of that nature. It's interesting, as Elon points out, that Disney continues to advertise there, but has a problem advertising on Twitter. Now, quick reminder, it is December 7th, probably only a week left to get your order in, and make sure you get your Coffee Brand coffee gift box in time for the holidays. We sell out every single year, every single holiday. You can custom build your own. It's 10% off with promo code BESTGIFT, one word. We have 2 different pre-built boxes, and we also have a customizable tool. So if you don't like coffee, or if they don't like coffee, we have 15 organic teas, 4 real cacao cocos, and 15 different premium snacks that you can build up an extremely custom box for whoever needs a gift this year. Get yours for whoever you need it. Get a couple of them. Get everybody off your list with a nice Coffee Brand coffee gift box, and you'll be supporting the channel. Elon Musk has accused Disney CEO Bob Iger of endorsing terrible material, we'll just call, when I say what I'm talking about here, right? By continuing to advertise on Facebook and Instagram while boycotting X. The Tesla founder was responding to a New Mexico's Attorney General's allegation that Meta created prime locations for predators that enjoyed the young ones, and also trafficking and solicitation, according to a CNBC report. According to the civil suit filed yesterday against Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook and Instagram is a home for very inappropriate content being served to teens, minors, and coercion of the young ones or sale of kids. And the 2 platforms are 10 times worse than actual prawn websites for hosting such material. Well, I guess I'm not surprised to hear that. If you misgender somebody on their platform, you'll be banned for life. But if you post pictures of little kids, I suspect there are people at these companies that enjoy that kind of footage. I mean, I don't know. That's just a guess. I'm not saying that as an absolute fact. I'm just saying it sure seems like they could be doing a better job actually going out there and trying to remove this content from their platform. Which, to their credit, I will say, to Twitter's and X's credit, they've done a pretty good job. Now, obviously, I've never searched for this kind of stuff, so I have no bellwether, no frame of reference to say it's better or worse. All I have is the statistics that Elon has shared. I suspect, I'm inclined to believe he wouldn't lie about that. So then Elon points out, why no advertiser boycott, Bob Iger? You are endorsing this material, asked Musk, which is turning his own words against him. It's an absolute truth that, Bob said, well, we can't advertise on Twitter because Elon Musk said something bad, something that could be construed as bad about Jewish people, and we would be endorsing that if we advertise there. These are the arguments that, Apple and Disney and all these places use. I suspect, you guys let me know in the comment section down below if you agree or disagree with this. I suspect that Disney, for example, their favorability obviously is far worse now than it was 5 years ago. they were getting at that time 5 years ago, these are, in my opinion, some sort of artificial inflation or maybe some extra love from the internal team at Twitter. And now that Elon owns it, maybe they're not getting that love. I guess what I'm saying to you is that I find it hard to believe that Disney would be making money on their advertising and then stop doing it. That's actually illegal in a way because they have a fiduciary duty to their shareholders to maximize profit. My point is, I think Disney was not making money advertising on Twitter because they were routinely getting absolutely roasted. And they use this as a PR spin to try and say, well, we're actually just pulling ads because Elon said something about pizza. Also pointing at Bob Iger thinks it's cool to advertise next to child material, real stand-up guy. Last week, Musk notoriously told big advertisers who launched a boycott against X to go F themselves during a New York Times event, asking if Bob Iger himself was in the audience. The boycott was launched in response to Musk saying that you have said the actual truth to a post by another X user. The original tweet stated that essentially the Jewish communities have been pushing this exact type of dialectical hatred against white people that they claim they want to stop using it against them. Now, I don't know if whether or not that's true. I'm not as obviously research. I've said this before. I don't care about races of people. I care about people. Apparently, any discussion of that is more offensive than Facebook and Instagram facilitating, trafficking of kids. You see this sponsored by the Walt Disney Corporation. Facebook and Instagram enable content that enable this. So if we look at the lawsuit, obviously very, very bad. When I said Mexico, I'm sorry, New Mexico. New Mexico sued Meta Platforms and its owner, CEO Mike Zuckerberg, alleging they're doing nothing to prevent kids, essentially. Facebook and Instagram create prime locations for predators. The suit was brought after an undercover investigation revealed a myriad of instances of spicy content being served to young ones. The suit alleges that certain types of content is 10 times more prevalent on Facebook and Instagram as compared to the Hub, which is wild to me. That's wild to me. The New Mexico suit follows coordinated legal actions against Meta by 42 other attorney generals in October. Those actions allege that Facebook and Instagram directly targeted and were addictive to children and teens. Well, no kidding. New Mexico's suit, by contrast, alleges Meta and Zuckerberg violated the state's Unfair Practice Act. The 4-count suit alleges that the company and Zuckerberg engaged in unfair trade practices by facilitating and distributing this type of content, and as well as trafficking and undermine the health and safety of New Mexican children. In 1 month alone, we disabled more than 500,000 accounts for violating our child safety policies, says Meta spokesperson in a statement. This is something that I forget. I think it was, I really want to give credit to the person who tweeted this. I can't remember. 500,000 accounts in just 1 month tweeting this. We don't have, we obviously have an enforcement problem and a moderation problem with this type of content. But even bigger than that, I think it's safe to say we have a PED problem, a creepazoid problem, a nonce problem. Who are these hundreds of thousands of accounts that are launching and creating and generating and sharing this type of content? Why are there so many of them? If you're like me, it kind of feels like it's a little hard to imagine, right? I always grew up thinking of like these creepazoids as being like that one guy, like you thought there's like 5 in your state, right? 4 or 5 in your entire state. And then you read this and there's 500,000 accounts a month disabled. And it's like, whoa. Now, of course, New Mexico seeks civil penalties for Meta to implement effective age verification and improve its detection. I think a lot of these lawsuits are just extorting these companies for money because, I don't have a lot of faith that, sure, they may lose this lawsuit, but, how is that going to protect who's getting that money? Is that money going to protect kids, or is it going to, build roads? I don't know. Now, of course, forcing them to, create a safer position, a safer, environment for kids, that kind of lawsuit would be a win. But the financial side of it feels a little dicey. Of course, Elon then continues, congratulations to the award, well deserved. Disney awarded defense contract after producing more bombs than Lockheed Martin. Sharing a Babylon Bee article, of course, put a chick in it, make her lame and gay. And of course, Elon responding to that. And then he also wrote, yeah, why does their chief marketing officer endorse trafficking? Let's ask them. He's basically launching a full-scale attack on Disney. You see, Bob Iger thinks it's cool to advertise next to this kind of material, real stand-up guy. Natalie F. Danielshine said, why hasn't Disney fired that guy yet? Elon Musk says he should be fired immediately. Walt Disney is turning in his grave over what Bob has done to the company. So calling for the immediate firing of Bob Iger. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, but, I think that we look at essentially his track record over the past several movie releases, and they've been all disastrous. Now, some of that, he's getting a lot of leeway, a lot of rope for, saying, oh, well, these were Chapek's decisions, not mine. These were, we didn't really oversee the Marvels enough. And that's why they're going full desperation mode and releasing movies they've already released. You see Ike's Revenge, ousted Marvel mogul looms as Disney proxy fight heats up. Disney says a personal agenda against Bob Iger by ousted Ike Perlmutter, if he's from Marvel, is fueling an activist inventor's new attempt to reshape the company's board and grab more seats. So he's got the hostile takeover going on. Then you've got Ron DeSantis approved board, approves audit, accusing Disney of self-dealing in Central Florida, cites activist stockholder on need for change. You see a lengthy report on Disney's alleged misdeeds was published yesterday. Amid ongoing litigation between the media giant and Ron DeSantis, the Florida governor abolishes his control of the former Reedy Creek Improvement District, which had given the company wide autonomy for the area for over 50 years. He changed the name and replaced the old board with a new hand-picked one. That happened soon after Disney CEO Bob Chapek criticized DeSantis-backed legislation. Current chief Iger called the move retaliation, not business, and Disney is suing the governor for violating its rights to free speech. Haha, isn't that funny? The new board is doing what it can to discredit the Reedy Creek reign of Disney, one of the biggest taxpayers and employers in the state. Grievances include lack of housing, transportation in the district, the work awarded to a closed loop of vendors and contractors, inside deals basically, that the company didn't pay impact fees, that it offered free passes and discount to officials, including paying their property taxes. This is a lot of spicy stuff that, Disney probably should have just kept its mouth shut. That's probably how it should be, but we're going to have to wait to see how all this shakes out. The war between Disney and Elon Musk is raging on. We'll have to see just how many people decide to cancel their Disney Plus and who haven't already. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.